Hello everyone and welcome back to another supplemental on Home Media Reviews. And today I have an apology for you. I made a little bit of an oopsie when I covered Lilo and Stitch back in the first season of Home Media Reviews. I said that Lilo and Stitch didn't have a VHS release. And my basis for that was I didn't find anything about a VHS release in my research. I honestly don't know how I didn't find out that Lilo and Stitch had a VHS release because it's literally everywhere around the internet. I've seen multiple copies be put up on eBay. I've seen it covered on the Wikipedia page. Unfortunately for me, whenever I have to cover films on Home Media Reviews, my primary source for releases for movies is Blu-ray.com. Blu-ray.com does not do VHS, and it's becoming a little bit hard to find research and catalogs of VHS titles. Now, there might be a website out there that I've never heard of. If you guys know of one, let me know down in the comments so I can give you more accurate information, and so I won't have to do supplementals like this later on in the future where I have to retract my previous statement. Oh, and by the way, my UK Steelbook, we're not looking at that. It's just here for a placeholder image, so you guys didn't have to look at a gray backdrop. So I'll go ahead and just take that away here because the actual item we're going to be covering, you guys already know what it is. It's in the title, Lilo and Stitch on VHS. I have one. It does indeed exist. Let me back the camera up ever so slightly so you guys can see the full thing. There we go. Now that's better. VHS tapes, especially in these clamshell cases, they are tall, man. They're hard to get on a good camera shot. But here is the VHS tape itself. It's in the white Walt Disney clamshell case that was all too common back in the early 2000s. This VHS came out on December 3rd, 2002, along with the equivalent DVD release of Lilo and Stitch that we talked about back in the original Home Media Review. Walt Disney Pictures presents Lilo and Stitch. It's got that same poster art that was used on not only the original DVD release, but also my UK Steelbook here, which I still love to death. And I love this poster art. It is really freaking awesome, and it's really cool to see on this larger scale of a VHS tape. Beside Walt Disney Home Entertainment, Lilo and Stitch, Stitch there from the front, VHS and your product number. The back features your barcode, a quote about the movie, Stitch riding down the surfboard there, featuring 6 original Elvis Presley classics, plus Winona performs in all new versions of Elvis's smash hit Burnin' Love. You'll notice that is where the special features on the DVD was listed. They have to change that here because there's no special features on the VHS. It just tells you about the Elvis songs that are featured in the movie. So that's kind of funny how they had to change that. Blurb about the movie, screenshots, tech specs, and all that. Open it up. Oh, this is interesting. And if you see here, it's kind of hard to see. It's printed on their U.S. patents. It's got a patent number on there, so I guess Disney held the patent for this clamshell VHS case design. I don't know how, though. I mean, these were really common with not just Disney films. And then here is your VHS tape. It's got a blue top on there, I guess for Stitch, black tape with an ink label, and I picked this up at a Goodwill for $1, and I figured I could make a video on it, so that was cool. But I haven't popped it in my VCR, so if you look at how the tape is, I think it's towards the end of the movie, so that'll be a fun little guessing game whenever I pop this into the VCR and find out exactly where I am in the movie and when I eventually go back to rewind it. Because, gents, we're kind and choose to rewind around these parts. So to all of you guys out there who said I was wrong for saying that Lilo and Stitch didn't have a VHS release, I am sorry. You are 100% correct, and thank you for calling me out on my mistake. I thank you guys for keeping me accountable because I want to give you the most accurate information as possible. I want to be able to show almost every release that a film or TV series has gotten on Home Media reviews, not only just in the close-up, but also in the history section, because every release deserves to be shown and talked about for at least a few minutes. But I have now corrected a very large mistake, and I'm still kicking myself over that. How did I not realize that Lilo and Stitch had a VHS? Why would Disney skip out on that? That was when VHS wasn't all the way out of the market yet, but it was on its way. I don't know how I really don't know how I screwed that up. Nonetheless, though, it has now been covered on Home Media Reviews. I know it exists. I have it. So thank you to everybody who commented and let me know that I was dead wrong. And also, thank you guys for being respectful and not like, oh, you're so stupid. Lilo and Stitch had a VHS. What are you, an idiot? Like, no, you were calm and civil, and I appreciate that. There's not a lot of civility here on the internet anymore, and I appreciate when people are actually nice and don't just move forward with trying to cancel me for something as stupid as not knowing that Lilo and Stitch had a VHS release. Trust me, I've been canceled for far less. With that all being said, that wraps up this supplemental on Home Media Reviews. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody.